that we exercise a lot. So we do about 2 hours of exercise every day. About half of that is what we call resistance exercise, where we are lifting. We have essentially a weight machine and we do heavy lifts. And then the other half is cardio, so we have a bike and a treadmill up here. Over. Anna, that's a great question. I would encourage you to not be afraid to pursue your dreams. Find something that you're really, really passionate about, and then spend time on that. When you're working on something you absolutely love, you'll be better at it, and you'll just ultimately have a lot more fun. Over. Emmy, training is so fun. We work on so many different things. We get to practice spacewalks in our neutral buoyancy lab. We get to fly our T-38 jet trainer. We get to learn the International Space Station systems. We do robotics training. So every day is different, and it's just a lot of fun learning so much. And no, we haven't had many people quit. It's too much fun. Over. I definitely remember that first view after we were inserted into low Earth orbit, looking down at our planet passing by from a completely new perspective, and the sense of speed. It was an unforgettable feeling. And what I really feel up here is just an incredible fondness for Earth. It's such an amazing place that we call home, and we really need to protect it. Over. Corbin, I haven't experienced that yet. I will experience that at the end of my mission. We will undergo about 3.5 to 4 Gs of acceleration as we decelerate back into Earth's atmosphere. That's quite a bit of load after being weightless for 6 months. So it's definitely something we're going to feel, but we are well protected in our seats in our vehicle, and I hear it's not too bad. Over. It is absolutely true that the body undergoes amazing changes when we get back to Earth. There are a lot of fluid shifts because after 6 months up here, we're used to the state of weightlessness, and when we get back into Earth's gravity, we experience these fluid shifts, and those fluid shifts actually move blood away from the head, and so that is what could cause that feeling of lightheadedness. Over. Well, my favorite thing, Phoebe, by far, is to look out the window. That is just one of the most amazing sights, and it never gets old. I love taking photos. And we've also been playing a game of chess with mission control. Over. Yes, I'll tell you about one of those situations just last week. We actually had to open a hatch that had gotten stuck, and the handle of the hatch on the inside of the hatch was bumping up against stuff. And so we had to solve that problem. It was a lot like getting your keys out of your car if you lock them inside. Over. Well, we get a lot of training on possible contingency situations, and I can tell you for sure that if we had a situation like that, we would be fighting all the way as long as we could to regain control and get the situation back under control. Over. question. When we do spacewalks and we're on the outside of the space station in our spacesuits, we have safety tethers, and we use those to make sure that we stay connected to space station. But in the unlikely event that the safety tether became disconnected and we became detached from structure, we actually have a special little, essentially jetpack set of thrusters. It's called the Safer, and we can actually fly ourselves back to the space station. So that's emergency only, but it is a capability that we have. Over. Well, Caden, that happens all the time, actually, in training. Inside the spacesuit, we have something called a Valsalva device, and it's used for doing the Valsalva maneuver on your nose, but it's also really useful for scratching your nose. You can just rub your nose up against that little pad. Over. Anna, I was really surprised. I expected to be really nervous sitting on top of that rocket, but actually I was very calm and just relied on all my training, and everything went just like the training, so I was actually surprised just how calm I was. Over. Hey, Emmy. Yes, we actually have the ability to email people from up here, and we can sometimes do video calls. And those use something called the TDRS network, the Tracking and Data Relay Satellite Network, to allow us to have occasional internet up here. Over.
Houston, the Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground.
Satellite, Oscar, Nancy 7, Charlie, Lima, satellite. Excellent, many thanks. Bye-bye, ciao.